Welcome to CATtheMinion YouTube channel. My name is Teresa, but you can call me Cat. I'm doing card of the day. I'm using the Gilded Reverie Lenormand. I've got the thing here to try to get a little more light in. I don't know if that light's on the highest setting. Hold on. Okay. There we go. There's a little bit more. I took my glasses off because the glare from the mirror is too much. That's a little bit better. I also just probably cut my toe on the fucking desk. So anyway, as you can tell by Her Majesty's matched luggage here, I'm a little bit tired, but I'm pretending that I have the energy to do some more work. Ate a couple of mint Milanos and Flintstones vitamin. I'm gonna try to. Alright, I have a card that flipped out. So this came in the challenge position, and I got two of them here. Wow. So this is the alternate man. Came out sideways. This is sort of like the primal Mars energy emperor kind of man. The alternate woman has a bare chest as well and has a Venus symbol on her neck. So he has the Martian symbol there, the male symbol, or the mojo of Austin Powers. So you have number 28 with the Ace of Cups. 2 and 8 breaking down to 10, so perhaps completion, or 1 the Magician with the Fool. We also have the number of the High Priestess and the number of either Justice or Strength, which is Sun, which is also masculine, depending on the deck. Now, if we were to take this into the Cups suit, we'd have 2 of Cups, which is like a lower vibration of the Lovers, or 8 of Cups, which is that need to let go of damaging emotions, or 10 of Cups, emotional fulfillment. So those are numbers and aspects at play, but this card is in the challenge position. So he's either going down or he's already on his back, we'll see. And he's faced with this choice card here, which came out as a pairing. Which is interesting because I have a pair and they both start with 2. Both have 2 numbers. And then we have 22 here, 11 doubled. So that would be twin flame if that's applicable, or also universal timing, but also as a double, a duality. So we have it breaking down to 4, but it also has the Queen of Pentacles here on the bottom of the deck. Queen is a 1 or a 13. 13 can break down to 4 as well. 4 and 4 is 8. I think is on here. I also see this is 11 in itself because I have 2, 8, 8 breaking down to 10 plus the Ace of Cups over here gives an 11 is again as well. The Queen is a 1 Earth or 13, so again this could go to 8, but it could also be 4 and 13, which is 17, which is the Star, which would be healing and hope and all that. This card is actually acting a lot like the 2 of Wands and or the 2 of Pentacles. So there's a decision that needs to be made. Now, with the Queen in the aspect of 13, it could be a transformation as well. Like a transition of going through a portal or a gateway with the idea of death and transcendence. Put my glasses on so I can see for a second. Queen of Pentacles is Sagittarius and Capricorn energy. With Water of Earth. You know, it's interesting to see that we have Mars and Sagittarius as well. And both of these cards have a bit of a watery aspect. So I'm getting this idea that there is both fire and water in each of these cards. So we're dealing with a balance. And of course, with balance, we have potentially Libra, which could be 8 or 11. And then we have this duality of the two doors. And also tutors. Like I'm teaching you, or like the English royalty, like Henry VIII, and the Tudor building style, which goes back into that materialism as well. So, I mean, essentially there's the idea that there's masculine energy that's trying to focus. He's trying to pick out where he's going to focus his emotional energy. The Martian energy is something that's trying to spread out from a fixed point. Like a fishing line, right? The energy comes from the pole, which is apt because it's masculine. And you send out the fishing line, and it goes somewhere, right? You're putting your energy into something. The fact that in that metaphor it comes back with a fish, which would be like the Page of Cups, is kind of apt because there's water in there as well. But what I'm trying to compare it to is Sagittarius energy, which is like an arrow where you fling it and it goes. And that's the energy stays there. It doesn't come back. It's not still attached to the thing that sent it out, right? It's like the Martian energy would be like a nervous system spreading out, or a fern, like a tree growing, like a fern unfurling, like vines spreading out. The energy is moving away in a direction. With Leo energy, it's more like it just radiates in place. I know that in like the sun energy radiates and it comes down and we get the neutrinos and the photons and all that, but it's the fire is staying in place. You're not shooting a flaming arrow. You're not throwing a hook into the water. Hopefully that makes sense of the distinction between like the metaphors of those energies. So here we have a masculine energy who is trying to figure out this emotional truth of how to manifest his energy. Like he's trying to expand his energy in terms of emotions by choosing between the two doors. And I kind of get the idea that this might be a romantic thing, especially with the Ace of Cups here and the 11 showing up. And the duality, right? It's like it's me and it's someone else who's not there. But we have a feminine energy with this Queen of Pentacles. Justice goes back into Libra energy, which is related to the Empress. Right, and the fact that his chest is exposed does indicate the heart chakra as well. I'm going to, I need to get it off my chest, but I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to send out this emotional content to break into the physical world in the direction of what appears to be a feminine energy. Now, it doesn't strictly mean like a man or a woman, right? Masculine energy. I think linearly. I make like a plan. I go left, and then I go right, and then I go down the stairs, and then I walk 36 paces, and then I get in the Jeep, and I drive 2.4 miles in a northwest direction, and then take a right and head east for another 3.4 miles, and then I get out, and I walk 42 paces, and then I open the door, and then I go in, and I turn left, and I walk 20 paces, and then I open the door and sit down in my office. That's the kind of linear style of thinking that would happen with a masculine energy. So the fact that we have this decision laid out in this architectural way with these rectilinear doors is very appropriate. And notice that the carpet on the stairs is matching his caftan or whatever the hell he's got there. He's trying to manifest communication into the material world to express an emotional content. Which is interesting because material is sort of practical, but in order to gain some kind of balance and make contact with the Empress, who's only hinted at here, but not fully realized, there has to be some kind of breakthrough between the desire in the core, right? Going all the way down into the core here in the solar chakra, and coming up into the heart center. So I'm getting this, a little bit of this idea of the Hanged Man from the Aquarian Tarot. You can look this up you can Google the image. The Hanged Man in the Aquarian Tarot has these sort of jagged orange lines coming up in his middle, and it looks like he's got acid reflux, which is kind of what I'm getting here. It's like if your emotional content in your heart center is not being accessed, and you have a lot of fire energy kind of shooting out and trying to go somewhere from your solar center, it's very metaphorically equivalent to having acid reflux. There's too much fire for the amount of liquid. There's too much acid for the amount of liquid in your stomach, and it's like you gotta take some calcium carbonate, which is interesting because that comes from limestone, usually, which is created in the water from all the little seashells and things. Okay? So, whoever is caught in this linear masculine way of thinking, whether you're actually masculine or just in that polarity of energy in the way that you process things, the daily energy here is trying to find out which of the two slits the waveform is going to, the double slit experiment. That's what this reminds me of. The Heisenberg uncertainty principle. You can't know its velocity and its location at the same time. Which is interesting because there's a material card on here, the Queen, right? So you shoot the electron or photon or whatever at the screen, and it goes through one slit, and you shoot another, and it goes through the other slit, okay? But what's kind of going to mess up this reading, I think, is that when they find out that they shoot one thing, only one, and they still get the waveform pattern. But what is the waveform? Is but liquid, essentially, right? The emotional content. So it's like it's almost like no matter which door you go through, no matter which way you put your energy out into the world, the net result is that the background is like a full spectrum emotional content, which is important to breaking through this barrier no matter what. Okay, so I think that's enough poorly explained science, so we'll leave it at that. I have a drawing up on my DeviantArt in my print shop. It's called, what is it called? Uncertainty Kitties. I made it for a friend of mine so he could have a coffee cup, which is a really silly illustration of that experiment. So you can go to my deviantart.com/CATtheMinion and either go /prints, or no, is it /shop and then prints? But it's also in the gallery, so you could go to deviantart.com/CATtheMinion/gallery, and it's probably in fantasy or in small format art. I think it might be in fantasy. It's somewhere in there. But if you want to get a personal reading, you can check out the description box of my infomercial video, which is going to be linked below this one. The thumbnail looks like this. I'll have a complete list of the readings I offer, how much they cost, and the links to all this other stuff too. So I've got the coloring books and the poetry book, actual art in my catalog that you can get, such as digital portraits, such as foam lotuses and stuffed animals. Chapbook packs are like mystery packs of little bits of art and some of the poetry from my poetry book. Sort of like a synchronicity stimulus packet, little mystery pack there. So those are pre-packed, randomized, and ready to go. And then also, if you want to support my channel and keep some more content coming in, you can come over and play with me and see some extra stuff, extra readings and whatnot that would not normally be available on YouTube over at Patreon, which is all CATtheMinion, and then also paypal.com/CATtheMinion, Cash App and Venmo CATtheMinion if you want to donate. So that's all that there is there. So, oh, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, check out the playlists tab, the discussion tab, and stay groovy, and we'll see you later. Bye.